Yes.
All right, guys. So y'all know that I am extremely busy, always on the go. And Magic Mind is actually a company that has been getting a lot of buzz. I believe even Joe Rogan said something about it on his podcast.
A new one they sent me called Magic Mind, and it's nootropics along with lion's mane and a bunch of functional mushrooms, and I like that one too.
So the company Magic Mind actually reached out to me, and I was like, you know what? Let's check them out. So I looked at a few of the reviews and everything online.
My first day on Magic Mind, I definitely noticed a big difference right off the bat. I noticed all the way throughout the day feeling much sharper, clear in the head, and ready to rock.
That's probably the most valuable thing. As a knowledge worker, as someone who's working in front of the computer all day, you need that time where you're focused. And Magic Mind is a thing that really seemed to work for me.
So between some of the reviews that I've seen online, which was actually all positive, a lot of positive reviews online from their website, and also seen a few different reviews on YouTube. And the story was actually pretty interesting. So about a decade ago, James was on a stretcher because James was running a company. So, with that, a lot of stress. He was drinking a lot of caffeine. And it turns out his heart had been beating at 175 beats for the last 3 weeks. Didn't even know it. So he was basically diagnosed with a heart condition because of all of that stress and that caffeine. At the time, he didn't have any other solutions, so he actually came up with one. So a few years ago, James actually came up with Magic Mind. This is supposed to be a natural way to help you out with a lot of those things that we struggle with throughout the day. So when it comes to Magic Mind, it's supposed to have a lot of those natural ingredients. So it has a lot of things that's going to help with focus, things that's going to help with energy. And a lot of us honestly need that throughout the day. And you also use Magic Mind for less stress throughout the day. So after reading those reviews and hearing and listening to his story, I messaged Magic Mind back and I was like, you know what? Send me some over. I'm curious. They end up sending some stuff over and I tried it out for the first day. And this is how that went. All right, guys, the time now is about 5:53 p.m. I get up early in the morning, man, so I'm a little bit on the drain side. And I have a podcast that I'm going to be doing at 11 tonight. Now, I don't want to take any naps because I still have a lot of work that I need to get done. So what we're going to do is we are going to try Magic Mind for the first time, all right? So I don't know if you're supposed to shake these things, but I'm going to shake it up, and then we're gonna try it. First time trying Magic Mind, all right? I'm gonna give a little bit of time for it to kick in before 11, so we'll see. Whew. Whew. Man, that's a strong taste. Good grief. Whoa. Okay. All right. To be honest with you, it was strong like while I was tasting, but I believe that's something that I can probably get used to. I believe that's something I can actually get used to. Man, I don't know if it was the taste or what, but I do feel a lot more alert. And I'm telling you, that thing will wake you up. The taste, it will wake you up. So for you to see all of the real benefits and stuff from Magic Mind, they recommend that you use it at least for 5 days before you really get a feel for how well that thing works. I haven't made it to that point just yet. I'm only a day in, but I will give you guys an update a little bit later on to let you know how this journey has been for me. But there will be a link down in the description below for you guys to go and check out Magic Mind. Once you guys do order, y'all please tap in, comment down, and let us know how Magic Mind worked for you. All right? Until the next time, man, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, button up. Tan skin, mixed race, buttercup.
Canada weather, gotta bundle up. I'm trying to work, she hit my phone, she wanna. Whoa, too bad was you know they wrong.
Whew. Yo. What's good, peeps? What's up? How's everybody doing today?
Good. How's well, I guess I'll ask the same question.
We holding it down out here. You know how it is.
Hit that Charlemagne on them, black and highly favored. Man, so how's y'all week been going, man? Let me know a little something. I want to know what y'all been getting into before we jump into this thing. Anything crazy? Anything good that's coming up or what not?
I'll say that it's been somewhat of a productive week. Me and the wife we're on a house search right now, trying to look for another house.
Okay,
So
that's good.
So we trying to make some moves here and there, but for the most part, we've been good, man.
Okay, I love it, man. Okay, Tina, what you been up to? You about to publish a book or something? You know what I'm saying?
Publish a book? No, I went back to started reading a book. Dang, what has happened? A little bit here and there. Wait, what was last week? Got a 6-year-old now.
Okay.
That was fun. Decluttering and getting rid of things that's no longer benefiting me to bring in the things that do. Well, I'll say the house, the home, the apartment. I'm in an apartment. And no. I'm just leave it at that.
I'm gonna say that's people don't really realize it, man, but I think that's like one of the best things that you can do, man. Like decluttering, like you said, man, getting rid of that old stuff, out with the old, in with the new. A lot of people need to understand, man, before you're blessed with new things, like you got to make room for it. I heard somebody, this was I don't know if this was a philosopher or a motivational speaker. He was saying that it was a car in the driveway, an old car in the driveway. It was only one car that could be parked there. And the young kid or the young guy was looking for a car. He was out there, man, I can't wait till I get this car. And I think his mom asked him, I might be butchering the story, but the mom asked him, like, where are you going to put that car? Like, you don't have anywhere else to put it. You got to do something with the old one. Oh, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as I find my car. Anyway, long story short, it took the dude about a year to get the car moved. And right after that, he ended up purchasing his a new car. But yeah, long story short, man, you gotta make room for those new things, man. You gotta get rid of that old stuff. A lot of people be holding on to old things for sentimental value or whatever. Hey, take a picture of it, take a video, let that mofo go, dog. Damn. You can always go back and look at that picture and look at that video and be thankful. Hey man, we've been through a lot together. That car got me through a lot. Time to move on, fam. All right. As far as me, man, I've been training. I've been working out. I have started my meal prepping, everything. The 7 to 8 days. A lot of y'all probably been seeing my posts and stuff online, man. I had a lot of people that were asking questions about it on Instagram. So yeah, that's what I eat. My breakfast, lunch, and my dinner. I'm gonna tell you, man, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. I've been eating other stuff outside of that. We're gonna work our way up to that. But yeah. Anywho, let's go ahead and jump.
Melanie asks how's the workouts going.
Oh, my bad, y'all. I got.
And hi, Melanie.
My bad, my fault. I appreciate it. I've been I have my other phone up here on my other device because I got to make sure my other YouTube see me up here. What's going on, man? What up? What up? What up? How is the workouts going? Oh, y'all want to answer that? Y'all want to talk to her and tell her how y'all workouts are going?
Well, it's been going pretty good. Now, I haven't been getting into the gym consistently on Fridays, or even working out at home on Fridays, which I should be doing. But the Tuesdays, Mad Miles have been pretty good. Like I'm ready to. I don't know. I'm ready to actually like pick up the speed a little bit.
Okay. Cole.
The workout stuff has been a mystery. So went hard with LaCarrie at the gym, then something with work popped up, so I had to improvise and figure out my own little workout to do at the house. So since we don't have the head honchos in town anymore, now I can go back to working out, being there with LaCarrie on Mondays.
Okay. My bad. I ain't been paying attention that much. My bad, y'all. She say, "Hey, listen." Hey, Mel, I said I got a workout in. I had to improvise. Since I couldn't go to the gym, I had to improvise and do something else to get a workout in. So we'll be back at it in the gym on Monday. And
All right.
so we'll be good.
All right. All right. We appreciate it. We appreciate y'all for coming through. Shout out to also my other channel that's tuning in to Katie the Great. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're gonna be speaking about something interesting today. All right. Hold on. Let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all seen like a lot of like military things been flying in or something like that? I've been seeing a lot of military stuff flying in, like military helicopters and stuff like that. Am I the only person that's been seeing this? Or am I tripping?
I haven't seen it at all this week.
Yeah, man. I don't know what the deal with that is. But today's topic, guys, is nice guys finish last. I want to ask y'all. We're gonna jump into the main topic. I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there. Today's topic is gonna be about nice guys finish last. Do y'all have anything that y'all want to say initially about the topic before we get into this thing? Is it true? Have y'all witnessed it or what? Whole spiel, dog. Whole spiel. Oh, we about to get into it.
All I can say is I was one of them, but I made
Oh,
it out. I made it out on the other side. You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Speak, brother. Speak, brother. Yeah, let us know. Let us know, man. Give us the ins and outs. About nice guys finishing last.
You want all I'm gonna say is right now before we dive into it, I would say that's a true fact because I was one of them.
He said he ain't gonna get no insight just yet. You just gonna leave it at that.
I'm gonna leave it at that before we dive in. I'm just gonna say that.
All right, cool. We respect it. If any of y'all have any questions, comments, anything that y'all want to, please feel free, drop it down in the comments, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get active. Tina, do you have anything that you want to say about the title of the podcast before we get into it?
Nice guys finish last. It's a cliche that's gone around for a long time. And I would say it's true, but I feel like it could be some benefits to that. Because like if you are, I'll use my favorite show. Well, recently favorite show. It's called American Ninja. Could I say it? It's the show? So American Ninja Warrior. And like if you're the first person, you pretty much kind of like the test dummy to see how things go and stuff like that. I don't want to call like relationships is like that, but like you can see through your surroundings, like what could be the best move to go by and what kind of characteristics you're looking for, what kind of characteristics you're not looking for. And, let the fast girls, blah, 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 blah. And, sit back, chill, you find your nice one and stuff like that. And, happily ever after, I guess. You're still muted unless you're talking to the other folks.
I was definitely going ham over here. Yeah, I appreciate that. All right, so before we get into today's topic, I did have a few clips that I wanted to go through. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get active. Now, let's see. There we go. It is time to get active. All right, here we go. Can everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Hello? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to let it go ahead and play.
I'm in his life now, so why you still... Why she in the front seat? And I get that that's your mom and everything, but like, you going to the back, right? No, absolutely not. Why? What are you talking about? I'm your wife. Are you serious right now? We gotta keep having these type of conversations. Every time I make up with your mother, it's always a problem. I'm in his life now, so why you still here? I'm always gonna be. Okay, but go to the back fucking seat. Here, like why she in the front seat?
All right. Okay, people, don't y'all all speak at once. So we're going to go ahead and comment. So for those of you that couldn't see the video, the wife was upset with her husband for letting his mom sit in the front seat instead of her. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let y'all dissect it before I give my little take or whatnot.
So I feel like there's some history back, between them two or something like that, because I'm trying to take myself out of it, but it's kind of hard to do so. I feel like if the mom and the wife don't have a good relationship anyway, they're going to get heated like that. So there's something, I feel like for that particular situation, it may be an issue. On the other hand, I do understand that, once you have a spouse, a woman or a man, I feel like the parents should be okay, especially if they are, good to your children. Like the parents should be okay with pretty much taking the back seat, literally, in this case.
No point intended.
So, yeah. I'm kind of in between because I just feel like if they had the mom, like I said, if the mom and that wife had a decent relationship, hey, they probably would put him in the back and sit in them two in this. Be like, I'm gonna chill up here with my mom and my daughter-in-law. You go back there.
I can see that though. I can definitely see what you were saying about the first point though. Cole, what you think?
Honestly, if we're married, mom gotta take the back seat. Because bro, I told you about my experience, bro.
Mhm.
I was just talking to a chick, and I picked her up from school. Then I picked my sister up, and I made my sister get in the back seat.
Oh wow! Hold on, break that down for us. What
All right.
happened?
So pretty much it was a chick that this was in high school, there was a chick I was talking to, and I had, well, matter of fact, I had picked me and my sister was in school with each other at the time, so I picked her up from somewhere, and I told her, "Hey, I'm finna go pick up homegirl I was talking to, and take her to work because she was working at Strat. She was working at Strat."
Mhm.
So I told her I was like, "I'm gonna pick her up," and my sister was in the front seat, and she saw my sister outside in the car, and I just tapped my sister and whispered to her, I was like, "Yo, can you mind getting in the back seat?" And she looked at me like, "Are you serious, yo?" And I was like, "Yeah, like get in the back seat." And so I get the feeling like, as I thought about it in that moment, I think in that moment I was thinking like, "Yo, like me and her chopping it up, like just let her get in the front seat." And now I'm like, man, I should just told that girl to get in the back seat. Like I man, it was hilarious, man. I couldn't. I was weak.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Hold on, we got some comments. There is a 10-minute break. What's going on? What up? What up? What up? From Indonesia. What up? What up? What's going on? Somebody said, "Can I get on the live?" No, we're not really bringing anybody on the up on the podcast just yet, my friend. But I appreciate you for your comments and for chiming in. Somebody said, "No way, I'm dealing with this from no woman." Okay, all right, brother. I'm gonna tell you right now, they sitting there bickering and arguing like children. I'm gonna treat them as such. Both of y'all get in the back. I know what Tina was saying about, no, ain't none of that going on. Y'all was sitting
Hey,
there like kids. I will put both of y'all butts in the back. Mom,
hey, you speaking facts, yo. But I'm gonna speak some facts on this too, though, bro. I even after that whole situation that happened, I would have
Mhm.
pulled my wife to the side and I would have told her flat out. I was like, "Hey, I understand that you was upset, and I understand that you deserve to be in the front seat because you're my wife." But I also would have checked her right there and say, "Don't you ever disrespect my mom too?" Because you see how she was talking to her mom.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. When I seen the bonnet, I kind of anytime I see a bonnet or something, all of my focus just goes towards that bonnet. It's hard for me to really
Okay.
pay attention to the rest of it.
Yeah,
Hold on, hold on.
I just feel like if you cuss if I'm with you or I'm married to you or in a relationship with you, if you cuss at my mom, like that's a line of disrespect that you just don't cross because you want to have the same
Oh,
respect. It's the same.
oh,
You
I ain't
got if you want respect from mom, if you want that respect from my mom, from if you, it's like respect has to be given on both sides. But if you cussing out, if you trying to curse at my mom, yeah, we gonna have a problem. I'm just saying.
I mean, I can understand that. I can understand what Katie just said about putting both of them in the back, especially if they acting childish, for real. But I was also saying, there's some other dynamics to it between them two, for them to be acting like that. But yeah, I definitely can see. Wait, I think I missed your story all the way, Kobe. Um,
Which
but yeah.
story?
Uh, I think you said something about disrespecting somebody's mom.
Oh yeah, I was just pretty much saying if because I told him in the video, did he hear the girl cussing at the man's mom?
Oh,
So I maybe I'm a little bit detail oriented, but like when I heard that, I was like, all right, like I understand you upset, but now like I gotta pull you to the side and be like, yo, like wife, girlfriend, whatever, don't cuss at my mom, don't disrespect my mom,
hmm,
because if you don't want her to give you that type of energy, don't give that energy back to her. Cause now already she has this thought in your mind in her mind that your wife is disrespectful.
yeah. I don't know, man. That's hard, bro. That's because I know you said I'm big on there's a time and a place for everything. So I don't know. I don't know. Like if all of this is going on and whatnot, I feel like, behavior like this doesn't just happen out of the blue. Let me start off by saying that. But if something happens, most of the time, if something happens for whatever reason and something needs to be corrected, I am huge on, pulling a person to the side or waiting until after to correct, different type of behavior. Now, this, again, them going back and forth, yeah, I definitely would have put my foot down. Both of y'all need to chill out. Like both of y'all are acting like children, and both of y'all need to chill. But when it comes to, correcting individuals, yeah, I'm big on, like, sitting people down and having, a face-to-face conversation. And I don't know. Y'all let me know. Do y'all think that's off? You know what I mean? Let me know.
No, I don't think it's off at all. Cause yeah, I feel like definitely the behavior that they had, it can't just come straight off the, just because even if they both was having a bad day or something like that, it just seems like behavior that hasn't been addressed beforehand. And so, and it may end up, I don't know, it may end up continuing if he don't, speak about it, or speak to them about it, or even collectively have a conversation and be like, okay, well, what's the problem here, you guys? Like, y'all shouldn't be going at each other like that. Both of y'all is like, you know, pillars in my life. And I mean, I would want y'all to get along, or at least be cordial when we're out and about, instead of acting like this.
I agree. Um, and the like you said, the whole thing about this entire video is what's happening right there in the moment. What we're not talking about and what we're not thinking about is, as y'all mentioned, is what has happened prior to this whole incident. Did she already have problems with his wife? Did she dislike his wife, which was his girlfriend at one point? Did she dislike her? Did she feel like she was never good enough for him? Like, there's a lot of factors that could play into this. It's just hard to figure out because you don't know the backstory. You just know what happened right there in the moment.
You still muted.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a band with you, man. I think that if we being honest, I think that a lot of women have are try to make their sons become son husbands, and when they become single for whatever reason, they're out here, doing this single thing or whatever. A lot of them want, and I'm not saying nasty, but just a different type of mindset. Yeah, like y'all take all of the inappropriate things out of this, but they want their sons to be basically their man, like their husband. I'm the woman in his life, and no woman is going to be able to take my place. You know, when I look at it across the board, especially growing up in the neighborhood that I grew up in, I've seen this quite often. I've seen mothers, women run away, some really decent women, because they didn't know how to take their damn back seat. Let their sons go out and be men. You know what I mean? And respect that man's relationship. Like this young lady said, like, come on, man, like, just like what are you doing? Every time I come around, you got beef with me or whatever. And again, I think they both are childish, but I do believe that a big part of that is probably stemming from that mom. If I'm keeping it a band, which, like they say, keeping it a bean. Anybody got anything else they want to say before we get into the first video pertaining to the main topic of today? Nice guys finish last. We're gonna be talking about Corey Hardrick and that Tia situation. Yeah, I said situation. Oh, breaking news. What was it? DDG just broke up with what's her name? Before we get into that, DDG just broke up with
Haley,
Haley, man. Did you
bro, did you see what he posted?
man, y'all seen that BS whatever? I don't even know what the hell that was, man. That he put on
Bro,
Instagram.
oh, he said her head game is trash.
Whoa, no, I didn't see that. What?
It's a post that he made. He said, like, I have to find it, bro. It's oh my god, bro.
Damn. This let me tell you something. If that's true, that dude is an idiot, man. That dude is probably the biggest moron. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it a bit. I got to take the gloves off for this. I've honestly never been a fan of DDG. I feel like this dude has been childish since day one. Y'all know I don't normally speak about, people on a personal level, but I don't know, man. I honestly had a distaste for that guy since I ran into him, man. Like the way that he moved was just wrong. And when he lucked up, because I'm gonna be honest with you, that he did luck up with that young lady. What is it? Haley. With Haley. He
Right.
definitely. Now, if he would have got with Chloe, then I don't think he would have looked up at all. I think that was a match made in heaven. I feel like both of them pretty much aligned. But he lucked up with that doggone good girl. You need to understand something, fam. You need to understand this is some childish ish that I've heard guys say. Like, fam, you used to dealing with them slut buckets, right? Them slut buckets that's gonna give some of the best head. They might, ride you the way they want to, and probably give sex and everything all day. With those type of women, the Haley Baileys, you have to teach them, fam. Like that's your wife. All right. So what? This goes back to the conversation that I was having the other day. When y'all get with these men or these women, guys, when you get with these women, are you not teaching her like this is what I prefer? A simple conversation, fam. Like it don't take rocket science. Like if that person really rock with you and you know how to communicate effectively, like listen, I would prefer for you to do this, or I like it. I like it a little bit more when you do this. Like it's a simple conversation that could have easily been had. And you've been with that young lady for how many years?
2 years.
Come on, man. You've been with her for 2 years. I know we was talking about nice guys finishing last, but come on, man. This was a bonehead move by him.
I think this
That was the biggest fumble of the century.
this
Hands
is I
down.
think this was brewing, bro.
Oh
Because
yeah.
they had a kid too.
Mhm.
So like I think it was going to happen eventually because if they're talking like how they had posted like clips and stuff where they got into disagreements where she walked out the room and he was like whatever with the situation and stuff. There's stuff that's been posted, so that stuff was brewing for a while. I just think in that moment they probably were thinking like, oh, the kid was gonna possibly save the relationship, but now, nah, my friend.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't think most people even be thinking about like kids like prior to like once the child is had, maybe that might be a reason why people stay. But prior to that, I don't think that most people think that if we have children, it'll build a stronger connection. I think that a lot of people out here are just being reckless, just having sex. And a child, she got that late text, or you get that late text or whatever, or she, go and get the test done or whatever, and see, oh, we pregnant, and then they go from there. I don't think that most people in most relationships go about it like if we were to have a child, that's going to create a stronger bond that's going to keep this person here or make our relationship strong. I might be off. I don't know. Am I a little bit detached? I don't know. It's been a minute since I've been out, and spoke to people. But honestly, from the things that I did here, from doing like public interviews and all those reactions and stuff that I do with different people, in most cases, most people just be out here having unprotected sex, and if they just so happen, or she just so happened to get pregnant, then hey, it is what it is from there. You know what I mean? The sex is what's keeping them most of the time in most of those doggone relationships. Without that sex, up out of there. But yeah, he definitely did fumble. You definitely did fumble, brother. I know you probably ain't gonna get this damn message, but that was the biggest fumble of the year. He gonna get his butt out here, and it's so crazy because he's on, like he does music videos and stuff like that or whatever, man. Like he's in the music industry, and I'm pretty sure. Well, he probably ain't got nobody in his damn ear, man. Like, fam, you got a good girl. Like, you got a good girl. You can train her. You can help her. You can teach her. You know, help her learn how to be a little bit more nasty. Like, that's teachable, fam. One
But
thing.
bro, but you gotta think about this, bro.
Mhm.
Okay, because I can't find the post because I saw it before we started the podcast, and I saw it and I did not screenshot it. But they also said that he put a post reflecting on the relationship and all this stuff.
Mhm.
And honestly, bro, like, did he fumble it? I would say yes, he did. But if you look at it, man, Haley and Chloe has been famous way before he was.
Mhm.
So they always been in that limelight forever since they were kids.
Facts.
So and yeah, can you teach a woman how to do certain things in the bedroom? Yes, of course. But like, come on now. Like, who knows? Because like you said, he's been so used to dealing with people like Ruby Rose. Because that's who he dated previously to her, I think.
Let me pull up. I want to see what she look like. Let me see who Ruby Rose look like. Go ahead, keep talking. My bad. I want to see what she look like though.
Yeah, yeah. He dated her. I think prior to before even getting with Haley.
Mhm.
So it's just a messy situation, and I wouldn't necessarily say like it's blowing up on Twitter, but I'm not necessarily saying people going crazy. All they can really say is that he fumbled a bad, but
This is Ruby Rose.
that's Ruby Rose.
What the? I don't. I honestly, I think that Haley looks better. I'm gonna keep it a bit. I think Haley looks better than her. I would I would choose Haley Bailey over a Ruby Rose any day of the week. It's not even a question. Like this is a no-brainer for me. Oh my God. Yeah, this is a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer. This is a no freaking brainer. I'm running towards the damn hill to get away from a damn Ruby Rose compared to Haley Bailey. It ain't
Because
even
look,
close, man.
Ruby has a OnlyFans, bro. She is they consider her a video vixen. She
So
has
you can pay
a
for the box.
OnlyFans.
You can pay for the
Everybody,
box.
I would say I don't know, but I would say yeah. But they
Damn
pretty
right.
much.
If she out here tricking for the streets and got that little cat out here like that, I mean the I'm looking at pictures and she damn near naked,
You know who she
right?
used to date, bro, for like a short period of time, or maybe it was just a hoax for publicity.
Drewski.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And to be honest with Drewski, like that's clown like behavior. Like that ain't nothing to brag on. And I heard about their little situation or whatever, man. Like, listen, and it all of this is pretty much going to play into today's topic. It still makes perfect sense. What I always try to get guys to understand, and we're gonna get to it. We're gonna definitely get to it. But Ruby Rose over Haley Bates, man, ain't no way in the world, bro. That ain't even. Man, come on, fam. Man, I wish like hell. I wish like hell. Cut, man. Man, come on, fam. Like I don't, and this is what I don't get about some guys. You got a Haley Bailey over a Ruby Rose. You upgraded. You upgraded with Haley, fam. When you look at most of these doggone pictures of Haley, you don't see her out here behaving like most women. You don't want her to look like most women. This young lady is her authentic self. Like she ain't trying to be no damn body. She just trying to be her, rest in her femininity. Like Listen, man, this young lady just exudes feminine. That other chick, modern day, 304. Ain't no way in the hell. The look wavy-ish with her hair, man. Come on, fam. Nah, man. Nah, fam. You got a young lady that's multi-talented, beautiful, can sing, can act. Come on, fam. And ain't trying to be out here in these streets. That boy fumbled, boy. This is a young Janet Jackson right here. Janet Jackson. Yeah, he fumbled. He fumbled that, boy. You fumbled that, big dog. Any chick that you get ain't gonna come close to this one right here. Just based on the things that I've seen. Like, again, we don't know how people are behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, they done been in the spotlight since they were children, babies. And I've seen her sister put some questionable stuff out there. But honestly, Haley she seemed like she stayed a course. Like, she seems like she's been wanting to be like a family, like a mom, a wife. She don't seem like she wants to be like a 304, man, like we see in all the rest of these modern day women, especially the women that are in that industry, would do anything for a mother loving buck. Got these OnlyFans pages. Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, Haley Bailey, come on. Yeah, you fumbled, DDG. I just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there before we really get into it. That was a fumble. This is how you should want. This is the type of young lady that you should want as a successful man. You done got the success, fam. You had the success. You had the woman, and you were even blessed with a child, and they were married. Boy, I tell you, boy. I mean, we gonna wait. You know what I'm saying? Until we hear later news. You know, maybe some stuff can come out for the reason why they broke up. But you already said something about. He was saying something about her head game. You boy, don't get me started, man.
You know, she's a term that guys and I'm not gonna say just guys, the good guys, nice guys, classy girl, the whole nine, the total package. You know what the term they use those for?
What's that?
The one that got away, the ones that got away. That's what the term. That's what they usually. That's the term for people like that. The one that got away.
Boy, I was saying, who was I think was me and Tina when we had that conversation the other day. We was chopping it up. I was like, most of the women.
Yeah, you did tell me that most of them was. Oh, look at you, big old head.
Going straight my cap over this dog. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
but yeah, they use that term. Oh my goodness.
But yeah. Now I agree. I agree, man. And I don't think the one that got away just pertains to women. I think that it also applies to men as well, man. A lot of people can fumble. Man. DDG, you definitely did that. It ain't. Wait, did they file for the is it final? They announced their breakup.
Yeah, all I know is breakup. I didn't even know they were married.
Yeah. I want to say I think they got married on the low. Let me make sure. I could have sworn they got married. Didn't they get married? Let me see. Oh, they're not married. Okay, so they're not married. My bad. Okay, all right. My fault, y'all. My fault. Don't let me put no fake news out there. I thought they were married. I thought he had done. Man, boy, I promise you. See, this is why I say you got to make sure you have the right people in your doggone corner that's gonna hold you accountable, fam. Like, bro, what are you doing? I just want let me throw this up here again. Ah, dog. Fam. That's a fumble, dog. That's a fumble, man. That is a huge fumble. It's the mindset. It's not just the looks, man. It's the mother freaking mindset. Good grief. But I tell you what, this is what young and dumb gets you. You get the opportunity. You have everything that you could possibly want in life. Everything that you could possibly need in a person, and still end up fumbling it. Like, we see this a lot with women. But we got to make sure we hold the guys accountable too. I'm gonna do a whole live stream about this. I'm gonna do an entire live stream about this dude fumbling. I got to make sure I go in. We got to hold people accountable. We definitely got to hold the guys accountable. And fam, this was definitely a fumble. Agree. Somebody need to put hands on him for real. Some big brother out there need to put hands on him. Anywho, let's go ahead and get into the first clip pertaining to the topic of today, man. All right. Nice guys finished last. So you guys are aware of Corey Hardrick, right? Corey Hardrick was recently on the Pivot podcast, and he's basically been talking about, what it's been like since breaking up, divorcing from Tia. Bless this brother's heart, man. Bless this brother's heart. But y'all just keep that in mind, right? About nice guys finishing last. Keep that in mind. Ooh. Oh, there we go. We got a window now. I can just share this. Okay, cool. We in there. All right. Can everybody see it? See the window?
Yep.
Cool.
Yes.
Other YouTube, y'all just gonna have to listen. All right, we're gonna play about 2 minutes of the clip, and then we're gonna go ahead and kick it a little bit, then play 2 more minutes, and then we'll go like that.
On recent panel, you said you couldn't sleep for a year and a half or something, and that you cried for a lot of that time. How difficult was that period in life for you? Because we know as men and as Black men, we're starting to get into a space where we talk about not only mental health, but emotional health.
Right.
And we've learned ways to be vulnerable and open. But to share that in a room full of people, I mean, that's something that you felt deeply. How did you find a way to get through that time while also having to still be a father, a provider,
Right.
and do your job?
I feel like you'll never get through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of praying, a lot of knowing that God is real. God is actually truly real in my life. A lot of stillness, man. When you sit still a lot, you can hear a lot of things. And just knowing, if I can just put one foot in front of the other, and take it a day at a time. Because I'm taking a day at a time, still to this day.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, I just take it a day at a time. Black men have feelings. Black men hurt. Black men are in pain, and sometimes we don't have outlets to, talking to you now. No one really asked me these questions. Never, really. So it's like,
I'm gonna stop it right there at 1 minute and 30 seconds, man. What are y'all thoughts right now? The fact that this man said that after that divorce, after that breakup happened, this guy was pretty much, just crying his eyes out every night. And even to this day, which is a year or two after they actually broke up, separated and, living in different households or whatever, he's still taking it day by day. What are y'all thoughts?
Bro, it's sad, man. You as a man that loved this woman with everything you had, and in your heart and your mind, you felt like you done everything right. When she needed you for support, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, you were there. But all of a sudden, you just one day you just come home and you look at me and say, I want to get back out there. I want to experience life. And you want a divorce. Like, how I know there are guys out there that have experienced that, but man, what can you really say? Like literally, like actually, men that are out there. If you're married or if you ever experienced that before, please ask yourself, how would you really feel knowing that you've done everything right and that person still don't want to be there? They want to leave.
Good grief, boy. It's tough, man. And I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, because again, back to what he was saying. Like, black men have feelings too. Like we have feelings too. I think that society has kind of normalized, like, yeah, we can be seen as the roughest, toughest, guys on the planet or whatever, but that don't mean that we don't have feelings. That don't mean that our feelings can't be hurt. That don't mean that, we don't open up to certain people. And unfortunately, the people that we open up to oftentimes don't have our best interests at heart. And he's been taking this journey with someone for, and what is it, almost 2 decades that they were together. They were together for a while, and out of nowhere, he was blindsided by a divorce, a breakup. Now, just the week or two prior to that, they had took a family vacation out there chilling, and she even wrote, I don't know if it was on her Instagram or whatever, she couldn't be happier. She's traveling or something like that with her best friend in the whole wide world, which is, and then the next week, bam, divorce. And this man literally said, listen, bro, that thing, it broke me, but only through, praying, knowing that God is real, putting one foot in front of the other, continue to make sure that, of course, that he's there for his kids or whatever. That was pretty much the only things that was really getting him through. Like, people weren't coming to him and asking him. Like, he's like, listen, bro, this has happened a while ago, and you're like the first people that actually asked me this question. Now look at it on the other hand, right? The person that initiated the divorce, everybody in them comments checking for her, and she out here for a while making it seem like she had done graduated from marriage, living her best life and everything, while this man is over here suffering in silence, crying his eyes out every night. Well, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Society, boy.
Be honest with you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That probably made him, because you know how I told you a few episodes ago when he did that Tyler Perry movie.
Whoa. Hold on your thought real quick, man. My bad. I gotta read this comment. Pass the energy. Appreciate you, fam. Thanks for passing the energy. Making a video on emotions. Now, first of all, we appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much for coming through. Say you're subscribing now. Also said, yeah, I went through that. Dang, bro. Sorry to hear that, man. It's hard, but we have to control our emotions. I agree, man. Yep, it's like she turned into a completely different person. It changed me. We hear these stories all the time, man, but most of the time men don't speak up about it. Like, it's not in the public like that. And although this guy really hasn't, he's still to this day have not bashed her, haven't said anything negative about her. Suffering in silence, man. My bad, Kobe. Go ahead, man. My fault, bro.
No, I appreciate the comment, man, but I still say, like, he made it clear that when he did that Tyler Perry movie with Megan Good,
Mm-hmm.
that scene that he did with her when they went out to eat and he asked for a divorce,
Mm-hmm.
that was not scripted.
Oh yeah.
When he
Right.
called her out her name and all that, that wasn't scripted. That was he like improvised that. That was improv. So like in my mind, whatever he felt like on the anger side of things, I think that's how he really felt. He just displayed it in another way. He used his emotions and his anger and frustration and emotion in that movie instead of displaying it publicly to like everybody saying like, "Oh man, that's how you really feel about her."
Mm-hmm.
But man, I felt like I only got to see the movie once it came out, but that movie really had me think like, "Yo, he did his part."
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you go through stuff like that, that makes you perform
Better.
on a better level.
Yep. That's facts. That's facts, man. That can challenge a different beast in you in a good way. And I also want to make sure that I put this out there. That's why I oftentimes ask the people that I train, you know, whatever you go through, you need to ask yourself a question. Is this going to make me better or is this going to make me bitter? And I always tell people, listen, I try to encourage you to go to that other side, you know, try to go to the better side, because we see a lot of people that go through things like this and they become bitter and they become hurt, which I understand why that hurt is there, because you know, put a lot of trust, a lot of energy into a person. And, you know, it's almost like a bank, like, you know what I'm saying? I deposit something in, I at least want something, you know, withdrawn from that, even if it's just you just being here. But yeah, man, I think that it's a lot of guys that honestly that go through these things, and a lot of them don't talk about it. Some of them don't have a platform to, and some of those guys just choose to suffer in silence, which I wouldn't say is a good thing. Like, I'm not saying that you should be publicly, you know, out here telling everybody your hurt, your frustrations, and everything. But I think that through having certain conversations and speaking and almost looking at it like, yo, I'm taking this thing day by day, like Corey is doing. I'm taking this thing day by day, but you know, I still got my head up. I'm still putting one foot in front of the other, so that I can be an example, not just for his kids, but for maybe other guys as well that may be going through this. Because there's a lot of guys that, again, could be in or could have went through a similar situation. They were thinking about crashing out, but they see how he's handling. They see how he's speaking, how he's going out here, whatever. 20, you know, almost 20 years. Y'all got kids together. Y'all got, you know, a home together. Y'all really got it out the mud. See, that's a whole nother thing, right? When you in it with somebody, like when you going through something, right? And both of y'all still struggling and y'all break up, that's one thing. But, you know, when you get with somebody, and she picked him up from a mother-loving bus stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was the beginning of his career. And then he started, you know, doing movies, doing TV shows. And they started getting bigger and bigger. And he started getting a bigger bag, and even bigger bag. And I even seen something the other day. Do people not understand that, I don't know if it was 6 or 8 months before Tia filed for divorce, you know, she had like a little, I don't know if it was a TV show or a podcast or whatever she had went on. It was with her mother on Tia and Tamara was actually on it. Like they were sitting down. It was her in the middle, her mother that was on, you know, the sister show, and then it was somebody else. She was expressing her frustrations, how Corey now was making more money than she was. And she was basically trying to say that it's because he's a man or whatever. And her mom on the TV show, Sister, she was basically saying, like, you need to celebrate that man. Like, no, it's a good thing. He's worked his butt off. Like, he's a good guy. He deserves that or whatever. She tried to kind of like laugh it off. And I'm wondering, you know, again, getting it out of the mud, because some people, not everybody, but some people will look out for you when you're down. You know what I'm saying? Well, look out for you, take care, make sure you good. And the moment that, you know, you start getting a bag, whether you start making decent money, start making the same amount of money that they making, or making a little bit more, where you can really take care of yourself and you're doing the things that you need to do, some people will resent you because of that. And I'm wondering, I'm not saying that it is, but I'm wondering if that played a factor in the reason why she decided to separate from that man. I thought that was interesting, man. Like, just sitting there listening And knowing that this happened like months before she filed for I was like,
Did she want it? Because the real thing is, did she have control of everything?
That's another thing. Control. Well, I tell you, hey, it get deep. It get deep. It get deep. I'm telling you, man, that's exactly how I was. And alcohol messed me all up. Well, it's a good thing that you made it out of there, my friend. You know what I mean? Whatever had a hold on you, you know what I'm saying? You done got up out of there, and you definitely speaking facts about, love yourself. Got to. I tell everybody, I don't care who you are, put your damn self first. I don't give a damn if it's a marriage, a relationship, if it's your kids. Only thing that should be put ahead, I think, in my personal opinion, is God. Right after that, in every other situation, it should be you. Anybody that I've gotten with, been in a relationship, whatever, I feel like I love you more than I love. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm gonna tell you, hey, don't. Hey, I encourage for you to be selfish, fam. Be selfish. Take care of you. Make sure you good. Because if you don't have anything in your cup, how can you pour into somebody else's cup? I don't care if you're a mom, you're a dad, you're a wife, you're a husband, you're a brother, sister, uncle, grandma, grandpa. It doesn't matter. If you don't have anything in your cup, you can't pour into somebody else's. So I don't even think that even makes sense when somebody say that, they love you more. Nah, that ain't it, fam. That ain't it, man. But yeah, we're gonna get into the rest. I'm gonna go ahead and play it again. Tina, you got anything you want to add before we go into this next part? No. All right.
Sometimes we feel like we're dealing with it alone, not unless you have like a therapist or a close confidant or like friend. But it's not easy because it feels like as a Black man, you
Can't hear you, bro. You on mute. You on mute.
So to this day, I look at my kids and say, Daddy got you forever. I look at my daughter, when they smile at me and they know Daddy really loves them. My son knows Daddy really loves me. That's what brings me joy right now. And that's what keeps me saying, I'm on my way. Let
me pause it right there, man. I just want to, again, I got to make sure I get this man his flowers, bro. Like, this is what grace looks like. Like, seriously. You have every opportunity to bash, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that she crashing out right now, like from the start of how things started on up until now. Everything that she has did has made her look bad. I'm gonna keep it not one thing that has came from this young lady, honestly, has been deemed as a good look for her. Everything been all bad. From the time when she was getting emotional about, the breakup and everything like that, till, saying that she's been out here, dating the type of guy that she's been dating. One of the dudes took his grill out, put it on the damn table. And then, she was feeling some type of way about the guy being shorter than her. You out here looking like you for the streets, got your little booty cheeks hanging out. You ain't even got that type of body, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're a mom. Like, you need to respect yourself. Even the son was just shaking his damn head because he was just like, yo, why do you have that on? Like, I'm being respectful right now, but Mom, why do you have that on? She's like, what? I like the way that it looks. Only thing he can do is shake his head. He probably thinking to himself, damn, I wish Dad was here, man. For real, this lady just done lost all freaking control. It's sad.
Be the biggest in the world, from a humble place, but I feel like from a skill set, I feel like I am that dude. Like, that's just how I really feel. And I feel like I can step into that more because of my children, because of my mom and having the promise I gave her. And I'm ready to do all those things. So
that's dope. And I like that. One thing.
Quick, this is Anton, man. This is Anton Daniels. He has a YouTube channel. He got a couple of YouTube channels, but one of them is the Millionaire Morning Show. And this one right here is Anton Ding. You can just type it in, man. He actually has some pretty good insight as far as financial. He is phenomenal when it comes to financial information. He also has a Patreon. Y'all go check him out, man. He does a really, really good job, man. He's been married for 2 decades. So only one woman, successfully married. He's a millionaire. He checks off a lot of different boxes, man. I think that a lot of y'all will find most of his content like really, really dope and has a lot of information. Somebody say, yeah, he dope. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people done heard of Anton, man. Pretty dope dude.
That I like about it is that he's negatively
Whoa, my bad, y'all.
Listen, I'm using this to propel me forward. Yeah, I'm hurt. Yeah, I'm broken. And I think that people don't understand that everybody got feelings. And even me, right? I say never make an emotional decision. And from what I can tell, Corey Hardwick has not made an emotional decision at all. Everything that he says is calculated. He on the red carpet and it looked like they were surprised and it got caught on camera. He didn't trip. He just gave her a hug and he kept it moving and he throw her under the bus. He don't say none of that. When he's seen her on the red carpet and it looked like they were surprised and it got caught on camera, he didn't trip. He just gave her a hug and he kept it moving and he kept it real. And so he's, for the most part, a 100% stand-up dude. And when he said, listen, I'm him and I'm going to be the best in the world. And it's almost like him getting out of this situation or her graduating from divorce unleashed him. It's like it unleashed him to the world. So now he got to go extra. He got to really get it. He going to really take care of it because now he on a mission to make sure that his kids, in his words, his kids are going to be taken care of forever and that they always going to be good and daddy got you. And it kind of, at the same time, makes Tia Mowry look even worse, and it actually embarrasses Black women to an extent, or women as a whole, and I'll explain to you why.
Before he get into that, anybody got anything else that they wanted to add before Anton kind of breaks us down real quick?
Nope.
Okay. T, you got anything else that you wanted to add before we get into the next part?
No. Something came up over here. I didn't really hear probably about 5 minutes of this thing.
Are you good? It's all good. Yeah, this is basically Corey Hardwick basically talking about what it's been like since his breakup with Tia. Basically, this young man has basically been crying his eyes out, or he was crying his eyes. He was at a point where he was crying his eyes out like every single night. This breakup came out of nowhere. One week they were good, the next week or whatever, she filed for divorce. And, he basically said, listen, I've been just trying to take it day by day. You know what I mean? It went from me crying every night to, me basically just putting one foot in front of the other. He kept his faith in God, knew that God was real, and he knew that he had to, look out for himself, his family, and that's pretty much what he's been doing to help cope and get through things. He also said this is one of the first times that somebody actually asked him how he's doing, actually checked up on him. In this podcast, again, freaking year or some change later on a podcast. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the net of it or whatever. What's been going on so far? You got anything that you wanted to ask about or any comments?
Well, I'm glad that someone is actually, unless y'all already said something about this, but I'm glad that someone is actually, checking on our Black males about just things in general and not taking things lightly, not making joke and making fun of his heartache, his hardship. And I think I did hear a little bit of you say, y'all have feelings too. And just having a safe place or a safe person to come to and or go to and talk about things that bothers y'all on an emotional level, or being able to process things with someone or so I was about to say something. But yeah, being able to like just express it in a healthy way without being bashed for it, even though I think that this was a topic part of a topic or a topic that we had before, of where, you know, some people and some women, well, I'll just say some people look at it like it's a weakness for a man to have emotions. Like, that just seems so, what is they, an alien robot? But anyway, yeah, I'm actually liking this interview, and it's something that we should talk about more, being able to, you know, for not just women to be able to express their feelings.
But that's something that we've all men have been judged for being saying that we were crying, saying that we're how we're feeling and stuff like that. We get a lot of slack for that, because they say like men supposed to be strong. They're not supposed to be emotional. They're not supposed to show any feelings. That's how it's always been for men. But
Yeah. Oh.
But I'm sorry, but I'm saying like we never get like no leeway of being sensitive or being emotional. We always have to be strong. So that's kind of tough. I commend them for it, but people that would do that will get tarnished for that.
Yeah, that's the part that I kind of did mention. It's not sort of kind of, but yeah, that's the. I'm trying to stay away from negative and dark, but pretty much that's the side that's the issue. And as long as you are expressing yourself in a healthy manner, but it's not even, you know, the person that's expressing themselves. I feel like it's the people that's receiving or been taught that, you know, basically is a negative annotation that, you know, guys and men and boys can't be emotional. I would say they can't be emotional to the point where they're not able to function. I feel like you should be able to have the guidance, have the have the open space to learn how to do so. And and I would say that that's the thing that society needs to come to terms with, is if a guy expressed themselves, that doesn't mean, I would say that it means that they have done the work, that they have learned how to take care of themselves mentally, that they can express it in a healthy way. And I always advocate for healthy. So that's a societal issue that we clown guys that express their feelings, and that's the problem.
Let me read some of this real quick. Let me bring some of these comments up. My bad, y'all. I'm on the iPad right now, so some of y'all comments come up and they disappear. Passive Energy said facts. I believe that was when Tina was speaking. She right. We do. And then somebody else said facts, I believe, when Kobe was speaking. It's sad. Passive Energy said it's like they lose respect for the man. Facts. Good podcast, Katie. Love this panel's insight. Why do they lose respect though? That's the question. That's actually a really, really good question. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna say that most of y'all are sleeping with the enemy. I don't think that most of those people, if I'm speaking on a male's or a man's perspective, I don't think that most of those women have your best interest at heart. I think that most of y'all pretty much just be giving those people fuel. You know, whether they're going to use it later on or now. I don't think that in a lot of cases, I don't think that most guys should be talking to women about their feelings, because I think that most of them are going to look at you as weak. And I know it's going to be controversial. There's going to be a lot of people that disagree with that or whatever. And hey, if you want me to give a breakdown, you know, I don't mind doing that. I think that when it comes to issues, most issues, I think that it would be a lot better if men actually go to other men about issues instead of going to women or their woman. I know.
I see that being a fair point, though.
I can see that, because what type of advice can a woman give a man? What type of advice a man can give a woman?
Well, hold on, wait. I don't think it applies both now. I think that women definitely, most certainly, should be getting their information from their man. There's no question. Now, when it comes to a man trying to seek advice from his woman, an emotional person, you know, that's probably going to give you advice based on emotion, or again, you might be dealing with somebody that doesn't have your best interest at heart. Then I don't know about that. Again, I'm always going to be that person that say that men and women are not the same. The same does not apply to both men and women. I think that absolutely 1,000, 1,010%, once you get up under that man's covering, I think that, yeah, you definitely should be. The only type of advice you should be getting is either from him or from God. Advice on how to move. Like, I mean, because the fact is, only one person can drive this damn ship, right? And so why not get advice or get your information and stuff from the person that's hopefully, potentially leading y'all to where y'all are trying to go to. That's the only advice you should be getting. Oh, I know it's coming. I know. Oh, I know. Great podcast. Appreciate it. Somebody say, all right, I'm gonna come back through. I appreciate that, man. All right, we're gonna let the rest of this play real quick, and then we're gonna.
Reasons. Number one, the first reason why it embarrasses her is because now she's on a show. Gallivanting, you know what I'm saying, and doing all of these extra dates and all of this stuff. And women was always supposed to be on the low, not for everybody. Not, you know what I'm saying? It's not supposed to be a thing. And so when you see her on there, this stuff, and women was always supposed to be on the low, not for everybody. Not, you know what I'm saying? It's not supposed to be a thing. And so when you see her on there, and then on top of that, one of the things that she said in the preview was that her and her sister is not even messing with each other anymore, because Tamara is over there married, living her life, living a good life, while Tia is over there, you know what I'm saying, doing what she do on TV and being for the streets and creating TikToks and showing her ass and stuff like that. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. And so when she went on a whole tour talking about she graduated from marriage, but now she in the streets.
Again, you have an emotional person that's extremely emotional, and after she has gotten from under the covenant of her husband, of a man, now she out there making herself look so much more worse. Like before, you know, on up until this point, I would not say that she had like a bad rep or a bad image. It wasn't until after she graduated from marriage that she started behaving like this. An emotional person out there doing the worst, creating the worst type of environment, not just for herself, but also for her kids, giving them more trauma. And man, come on, man. Come on, dog. Talking about dang KD. What you mean? What do you mean? Yeah.
Bro, she didn't graduate. Nah, bro. She said she graduated from marriage. Nah. She graduated and re-entered. So unless she didn't have a whole phase,
Ugh.
it seemed like to me she got expelled from marriage and re-entered the whole phase that she never experienced.
Ugh. Oh man, good grief, boy. I don't even want to think about it, man. See, listen, here's the thing, man. It's far worse, right? Say for instance, all right. I'm gonna give some people some grace right now. Let's just say, for instance, you mess with 1, 2, 3 people before. Okay. Give you some grace. Okay, cool. And then you found your calling. You were lucky enough to get snatched up for 20 years, almost 2 decades, to a man that actually valued you. On up to the point that, he was willing to be with you, only you, make sure, look out or whatever. No, he probably wasn't taking care of all the bills or whatever for just the kids, but he was doing his part. You had somebody that was willing to go to bat with your butt every single day. The American dream in a lot of people's eyes. All right? Somebody that got your back and he thought you had his. And now, after them 20-some years of, this perfect fit, now you want to make the decision to get back out here. And toss that nasty looking roast beef out. Nah, fam. Nah, you get less respect. For real. I got a little bit more respect for the girl that just was a hoe and stayed that course throughout her entire life. I got more respect for her. Okay, cool. You identified what you were and you stuck with it. You stuck to them guns. You're not out here complaining. You're not out here, trying to finesse anybody or whatever. This is your speed. This was okay, cool. I got more respect for those type of people versus the other people that that do stuff like this. Talking about dang KD. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All mother loving day. I don't when this comment was 19 like 4 minutes ago, but yeah. I'm with the ish.
I think that was in response to something else that you said.
Oh, everybody getting smoked down.
Bro, he married. Listen, it's not just that he got her and he married her and been with her for 20 years, bro. He pursued you, knowing what comes with it. It don't matter if you had a career when you was young and you kind of drifted away. Your name, it's your name. Tia and Tamara, your name is forever in the history books and everything. So any type of man that has married a woman with some type of status, big status, little status, it don't matter what it is. He married you knowing what comes with it. But he never expected to be to this magnitude where you're saying, oh, I want to get back out there. I feel like I'm missing out on life. Shoot, you was in the entertainment industry. You had all the time to get it out.
Okay, now I can kind of put 2 and 2 together. Talking about dang Katie, why she can't get advice from her mom? Now listen, when normally when I'm speaking, it's like most of the time. This is not like 100% of the time should she always just get. If her mom can give her some sound advice, all right, I'm saying if her mom can give her some sound advice on how to treat her man better, cool. You know what I'm saying? My mom is gonna be in her ear. Then yeah, when it comes to certain things, then yeah, most of the time when I'm saying stuff, man, this is not just 100%, 10 times out of 10, maybe 9 times out of 10. You should probably be getting information and stuff from. But no, as long as her mom got some valuable information that's going to help strengthening her relationship with her husband, her man, or whatever, then yeah, I give a little leeway, give a little grace. Let me finish this real quick.
Talking about she lonely, it makes her look even worse. And the more that he's an upstanding gentleman, and the more that he continues to hit, kill it, do these movie roles, and absolutely run it up, he's winning. He's always going to come out the winner. You always going to be better as a result of you learning from your mistakes and then using that as energy to propel you forward. The second reason why it looks bad is because her popularity comes from her toxicity. Let me say that again. Her popularity comes from her toxicity. And the reason why it's embarrassing for women, specifically black women, is because they are supporting this. If you go in and you look at the comments of whatever it is that she says she for the streets and stuff, they are the number one cheerleaders.
Facts. All right, I just wanted to drop that real quick, man. Again, shout out to Corey, man. I promise you, brother. I promise you. If he haven't already gotten her. Because again, somebody like Corey Hardrick, man. Listen, I respect this brother. This brother plays chess, not checkers. He ain't gonna let nobody see his hand. You're never going to know this type of guy's next move. That dude probably already has a feminine, soft woman that's championing his everything that he got going on. Because I actually did hear something about him dating some young lady that was training him or something like that. Like, you know, she was going to the gym, she was working out with him every day. Somebody that's going to better align with him. This is just, you know, what I've been hearing on YouTube streets. I don't know how true it is, you know, because the pictures, the names still haven't came out. It's a lot of speculation, so I don't know. But I do know, again, if we look at and we really pay attention to how this guy has been moving since the divorce, like everything is calculated, man. So do they fit? So again, I appreciate that. So do they finish last? So do nice guys finish last? I'm gonna say, I don't think so. I honestly believe that wholeheartedly. I don't think that nice guys finish last, because when I look at the women that matured a lot faster than men, I mean, of course, women mature a lot faster than guys. Like, it's been scientifically proven, you know, the way that the brain develops, and oftentimes when it comes to body structure and different things like that, oftentimes women are going to mature a lot faster, a lot quicker than guys. And when I look at those women that may have had the upper hand from maybe 14 on up until 25, right? Because that is, you know, normally around the puberty range or whatever. You got some guy, listen, I was a late bloomer. Don't judge me. I was a late bloomer. So when everybody else was getting their standing in line, getting all their stuff, you know, they was getting the breast, the butt, and everything. I'm sitting there waiting on my height to kick in. You know, for a while, I was struggling at like 5'2", 5'4". You know what I'm saying? It took a little minute for me to hit that little growth spurt. But for a while, man, for about a year and some change, you know, all of those women that were sprouting up or whatever, you know, starting to choose and make choices of who they wanted to deal with. During that time, I still took the choice to take the back seat and kind of look at what was going on, right? And I did end up hitting my growth spurt. And you start playing football, you know, and then certain people start checking for you like they weren't in the beginning. Hey, what's going on? So again, I'm still taking a back seat, even though, you know, I've told you guys this story time and time again about my coaches want me to hang out with the popular kids. You know, hang out, chill with the popular guys, the guys that actually start, they get in. I was like, nah, man, I'm rocking with these guys over here because they seem like they're themselves. They're not trying to fit in. They're not trying to be popular. They're not trying to wear the latest shoes to be able to fit in and stuff like that. Like, you know, so I gravitated more towards people just being real and being honest. And so when it comes to that, I was looking at those women choosing to date the popular, the in-demand type of guys versus ignoring the guys that they would probably deem as lame, socially awkward, which, you know, some of them were, which is, you know, typically what happens. I was telling them, I was like, man, listen, bro, you know, for a guy that has access to these women, because they kind of looked at me as somewhat like the bad boy, right? You know, I got in trouble a lot when I was younger, you know, got sent away a couple of times. I had a really, really bad attitude. I didn't want anybody to speak to me or talk to me or whatever. I ignored a lot of women got into a lot of fights. I was like, listen, for a guy that has access to the very women that y'all drool over, I'm telling you, fam, they really not like that. Like they really not. They really believe that their only job is just to be pretty. Like I don't understand why you're not checking for like the band geeks, the ones that are willing to get it out the mud. Which I'm big on sports. I like to go play basketball. I like to go play football. Like you can get you a doggone a chick that plays sports or whatever. A chick she might not be as popular as we'll just throw some names out there, Flower, Candace, or whatever. She might not be as popular. She might not be as pretty. Everything is probably not sprouting as much. But I promise you, when it comes to long term, like you can actually have a conversation with this young lady. You can actually go ball. You can go work out with this young lady versus, getting with a young lady that think that her only job is to be pretty. Like most of those chicks they're superficial, they're shallow, man. They just like, yo, he's popular right now. I'm gonna holler at him. Oh, he's not the starting quarterback anymore. I'm gonna go holler at Jake now. I'm gonna go holler at Paul. Like, you look at those women later on in life, again, those superficial, those shallow chicks that was checking for those guys. I don't want to say it, but now a lot of them are 200-300 plus. Got a couple of kids rolling around. Stay in the worst type of neighborhoods. And most importantly, their mindset is all jacked up from all the guys that they done dealt with. I mean, when you talk about the worst of the worst, we gonna just talk about that doggone mindset. You can't tell them nothing. And every single last conversation is an argument. I promise you. Listen, it's a couple of them in my end, but I can toss you a couple of them, fam. If you can get off of just the looks, just being so caught up on the looks, on the booty, on the breast or whatever, I can set you up. I can prepare you and get you ready for a young lady that's going to not only add value to your life, but she's going to make your life a lot easier and probably a lot better than what it is right now. Definitely a lot more than what those other type of chicks could. I mean, it's hands down, man. So yeah, I don't believe that nice guys finish last. I don't think it's even close.
Can I speak on that real quick, bro?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
So you made a statement that you said women have a tendency to mature quicker than men, correct?
Yes.
Now, in some degree, I agree with that. But if they're saying women develop their maturity quicker than men, then why do you see women that are maturing quicker choosing the wrong men?
Yeah, I wouldn't say mature. I get what you're saying, and I know you're not saying that I said it, but I'm going to agree with you. I would never say mature a lot faster, and I think that again we got to also keep in mind that oftentimes women allow their emotions to help them make some very questionable decisions, whether that's early in life or late in life. We've literally seen again women that, like I spoke about, go after the worst type of guys, and they wonder why those men don't really value them. And we also see women later on in life, in their 30s and their 40s, have a great guy and still think that there's better out there, which it might be, but most of them dudes ain't gonna be checking for you like you think they is, especially after you get out of that situation that you in.
Okay, I agree with that. I most definitely think sometimes the nice guys always, sometimes in the end, they are the ones that finish last because, like, for example, you have women that have these. It's okay for people to have preferences. Don't get me wrong. It's okay for people to have preferences, but everybody, like, you can have, like, okay, for example, I think we've talked about this before. Would a woman choose between a 6-foot guy that really don't got no personality and treat you like trash, or would you go with a guy that's 5'4", 5'5", but he got the whole entire package. He got a good job. He treats you right and all that. And they will still go with the guy that's 6 foot. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like because yes, women are when it comes to women choosing the wrong men, you say it's off emotion. I think it's off a thrill. The thrill of it, the excitement of they feeling like being with a bad boy. Because what made you think that that guy that's over there, that's the nice guy, what made you think he don't got no edge to him?
Society. They follow society, man. Society norm. They gonna always believe it. Thrill is, yeah, facts. Thrill is the emotions.
And just to say to the comment, I've already spoken on. I ain't really going to depth. I said at the beginning, I was one of those guys, but I came out on the end of it. I was one of those guys, but I came out on the end. I'm married, got kids. So, and she want me to tell a story. Oh boy. All right, Mel. All right, I got you. I would say, in all my years I've been on this earth, I've been the guy that I would say that I've always been cool with the majority of the popular girls, the ones that are most attractive, and I was always considered like the Kevin Hart said it, the funny friend zone guy, where like that's your way of being friend zone. And I've been in situations where I put all my cards in one deck and I end up getting hurt in the end. There's been situations where I've thought this was gonna go somewhere, and it turns out it was end up being somebody else. I've been through I've been through a lot in the ringer, but I would say with learning and being through that stuff, always taught me to know who's about me and who's not, and who's about me, and care who I am and learn about who I am and what I like, than somebody that don't. You always have. I feel like through all this stuff, I watched, and I watched signs. I pay attention, and sometimes like now, if I see somebody dealing with somebody, I can smell that a mile away. How did you find out? Either I found out from sources, or I found out from that person themselves. Where at the end they will say, "You're such a good guy, but you're like a brother to me." That's the number one. You're like a brother to me. Um, I've heard you're too good of a man, and I don't know how to handle that. Or I've been told I was a sensitive guy. I've been told numerous times I was a sensitive guy. And yes, it's I would say yes, it's been more than one. So I don't know if she wants any more details, but that's just about I can get, because I'm not going to disclose the people's names or nothing like that, because I don't like bashing people.
You still muted.
My bad. Yeah, my bad, y'all. I'm trying to read comments on my other channel as well. So my bad if I'm past the energy said, tell your story. Yep. He also said, yep. Heck yes. That's me. Okay, so we got some people that can relate to Kobe's story. That's what's up.
Mhm.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah, what's your advice to young men? It's a good question.
Good question. Um, Advice to young men. Um, regardless of what, regardless of whatever situation that you are in when it comes to a woman, know your self worth. Because just like how women say, "I know my value, I know my worth." Know your value, know your worth, respect yourself. Don't put your eggs in one basket because this is just like poker. Play your cards right.
Mhm.
Play your cards right. Always got to pay attention because where where a person can leave you the smallest details that you will never pay attention to. There's small details about a person that is so negative and they're just not for you that you'll miss it because you are looking past the face, the body, the beauty. And that doesn't even matter. Like the guys, be honest, like all y'all fellas want to say y'all want a 10, y'all want a woman that's a 10. Man, I'll take a 6, 7, and if she get herself dolled up, she a 8, 9. Because them 9, 10s are the ones that have the most problems. But I digress.
Oh, super
Uh,
facts. Passive energy says super facts. Super facts, Kobe. And on
mhm.
this one, I ain't gonna lie, boy. Trying to keep up with all these channels a little bit more than I expected, boy. Trying to remember to look at all these. Boy, I'm bit off more than you can chew. But yeah, somebody asked what do you want to go by?
Tina is fine.
Uh, put the whole gov up there, dog.
Well, that's because of you having to log in and they was like either log in through yeah. So that's why the whole name is up there. I should have changed it before I came in here, but I didn't. What about you? Uh hmm. I probably I don't think I was I think I wasn't really like the popular chick. I didn't go for and I didn't go for sports even though like the tennis coach not tennis, the volleyball coach wanted me on the team. Um I still mm, didn't I wish I would have like just stood back and observed more than anything. Um, but I wouldn't say that I was like I said, I'm not I feel like I'm not the popular and I wasn't the I don't know if I could say that I was the good girl either. So I feel like I was right in the groove of things. Like I've experienced enough to learn, but at the same time, wish I would have stood back to learn more. What does that mean? I feel like I explained it. Huh? You muted. I see your mouth moving.
You hold on. Let me. My bad. I was looking at this comment too. But yeah, I'm still talking to the. But you said something about being in the middle.
Yeah, like I mean, I feel like I could have fit in both ways, but I mostly stuck with like the people around me that wasn't, we wasn't cheerleaders, we wasn't, um, we didn't even play. Well, hold on, actually, some did play on the sports team. What one volleyball, basketball. Um, I want to say some band members was in, some of the people that I hung out with. And so I feel like I would say if we're just going back into like, I didn't go to college, so I can't really relate. But if we go back to like high school life, I feel like I would say that I live what would be considered a normal teenage life or so. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like, you done some stuff you probably shouldn't have did, but you still stay respectful and, followed your morals and huh?
That's the what's his name? Soldier Boy. Huh?
Well, then, do I need to backtrack or something? Did I miss something then? Because I've been in and out. What didn't you?
Hey, I tell y'all because y'all got a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? Listen,
Yeah. So,
we gonna let everybody chime in and answer these questions. But I ain't gonna lie, I was going to run away. You know what I'm saying? Because I did. It was here.
oh well, let's run away then.
We always circle back. You know, we got to make sure we look out for our viewers. We know, ain't gonna do y'all like that. But somebody said KDU too. Tell my story. Y'all know damn well I don't spare no detail. I don't give a damn. You ain't never got to worry about your boy up here trying to be politically correct. Hell no, I'm gonna get it to you raw. No, stop. Pause. No diddy.
Huh?
My dog, man.
The sign
Perfect. That was perfect, dog. He should have did. Woo, y'all showing out, man. So, I guess pertaining to the topic, nice guys finish last. So, like I told y'all in the story earlier, I would say, like starting off, I don't think I ever was a nice guy. I'm just gonna keep it a band, which I think that I've always had like somewhat of a mean streak to me to the outside world. Like I was cool and I was nice to my family, but I would never categorize myself as being the nice guy. I think that one of my strengths is always being able to sit back and observe. Like even since I was a kid, we moved around a lot, so it took me a while before I made friends. But before I went into any room, I studied that room. I watched and seen how people move, from the way that they talk, the way that they walk, the way that they act, all of those things. I took all of that stuff into consideration before I actually started to make friends. And I think that I did that with relationships as well. You know what I mean? Like before I'm getting involved with anybody, I'm gonna sit back and I'm going to watch them. I'm gonna study them. I'm gonna study, just to make sure that I'm not getting myself into any situation. I think that also plays into me being the middle child as well. Man, this is so crazy, man. I've been doing this since I can remember, man. Just basically using other people's lessons, the lessons that they were learning either through them getting their butt beat, you know what I'm saying, or just basically just them just making mistakes. But I took the exact same thing and I applied it across the board. So when it came time to me starting to date, I looked at how the market was going, and I weighed my options. If I were to date, the prettiest girl in school, because I actually, I had the prettiest girl in school that was checking for me. No question, any guy that went to the school actually knew when we were in the 11th and 12th grade. Anyway, I weighed my options, and I thought to myself, like, what does this look like long term? Is this a person that I'll actually be able to actually relate to? That was my biggest thing. Like, am I going to be able to relate to you? And this young lady in particular, she grew up, in the suburbs, pretty, didn't have a hard life or anything like that. So at the time, I was just thinking to myself, I don't think that'll be a good fit for you. Like, I'm not necessarily looking for, one of those rough girls that's extremely loud, that's, combative and all of those things. But I want someone that maybe knows and maybe has an understanding for, who I am, what I came from, and somewhat, how I move. And it's not going to create too much friction because she already has that understanding. And again, a balance of definitely being pretty, you know what I'm saying, and having herself together. She got to love some form of working out because, I like to work out or whatever. I weigh my options. I choose by far the best person at that time. At any point in my life, I think that I'm like that. But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that I finished last, man. And I still don't think that nice guys finish last, especially when you have a nice guy that's intelligent. And I'm not just talking about book smarts, because you can be book smart all day and still get played by somebody that got street smarts and common sense. So one thing about me, even if I didn't necessarily have the nice guy persona about myself, I've always had common sense. I've always had street smarts with a little bit of book smarts sprinkled on top of it. So that's why I was able to get anybody that I wanted. It was without question. Like, I could have them sending me some crazy stuff. That was my way of getting somebody. Like, I'll just have them, send me something just to know that, if I wanted to, I could have them. Don't want them, but if I just wanted to see how strong my game was. And honestly, man, I just took that and I applied that across the board. So I've never finished last. I've always finished first. There has never came a time in my life where I've ever finished last. Now to the advice comment.
Then so
Oh, go ahead. Read your piece. Read your piece. Come on, don't do that. Come on, man. Come on.
So if you didn't finish last, then would you technically? I think you did say that you wouldn't categorize yourself as a nice guy, so that's why I said never mind.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like in some people's eyes, I think I'm a nice guy. I'm gonna say to the people that know me, I think to the people that know me would say I'm a nice guy. When I was speaking about that bad boy persona, like what people thought about me, most of those people were on the outside looking in. But again, if you ask anybody that was actually close to me, I grew up in Rock Hill, or the people that have known me like in Charlotte or whatever, I'm pretty sure they would definitely classify me as a great all around guy. Like that bad boy persona, again, I was just speaking from the outside looking in. So what would be my advice for other guys? Wait, where's that comment? Oh, it's already up there. Yeah. What's your advice to young men? Be an asshole. Be a jerk. Because at the end of the day, that's what women are checking for. I don't give a damn what people say. And I know I'm going to get a lot of slack for this. I don't care. Women are always going to check for the guy that got that edge. Plain and simple. I would encourage guys not to be that nice guy, because oftentimes nice guys become simps, become those beta males, those yes men, And those guys that, again, that don't, because you can be a nice guy and finish last. You have to be a combination, all right, of being a nice guy and using your intelligence to your advantage. The information has already been put out here for you. You need to take advantage of that. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be out here disrespecting women. No, but don't let nobody disrespect you. The moment a young lady thinks or believes that she can disrespect you, in most cases, that's exactly what she's gonna do. She's gonna take you. Oh, it's like that shiny new toy. When you get that new toy for the first time, oh, I've been wanting this. They're gonna play with it for about 10 minutes, and then they're gonna put you to the side and they're gonna check for that guy that got that edge. In a lot of different cases, this is the face that they checking for. Now let me stop. But seriously, I would definitely encourage guys, young men, you know, you're gonna have to, quote unquote, almost be that a-hole. Stand on your principles, your morals, and your values, and it has to be some fear and some respect there. That if I disrespect this man, it's a good chance that I won't see him anymore. It's a good chance that, you know, he's gonna up and leave, and you have to be willing to die on that hill a lot of times. Now, I'm not saying that y'all get married and you still acting like no. Once you have made that decision that this is the young lady that you want to rock with, she's checked off a lot of those boxes. She's not moving like other women. I'm not saying, you know, step out, you know, get away from those. But when y'all are in that stage where she maybe feel like she can disrespect you, it needs to be a level of respect, a level of fear there that if I disrespect this guy, it's a good chance that, you know, he gonna nip that thing in the bud, plain and simple. And I know a lot of people are not gonna want to hear that, but this is the reality that we live in. And if you want to, again, get somebody that's going to value, I think it has to be some level of, and it's gonna kind of blur a little bit between respect and fear. It's gonna kind of go back and forth between those two things. That would be my advice. Get with a guy that's gonna teach you this, man. From my experience, the women that I was raised with, both their parents are still together, understand the family bonding. Yeah, better. Yeah, I would agree. I think that most people in general, not just women, but also men, they have a better understanding for like that family dynamic and, you know, how important it is to get with somebody, stay with somebody, instead of, you know, jumping from bed to bed, eggplant to eggplant, cat to cat or whatever. They understand that, listen, man, in a lot of cases, most of these things are pretty much the same. All right. I know a lot of you, but mostly everything is the same. It always boils down to, I think, in my personal opinion, it always boils down to the mindset. It's not about you having the biggest butt. Hopefully you got some cheeks back there. Cheeks! You know, so hopefully you got some breast or whatever. But I think that it always boils down to mindset, because let's keep it a band. Like, all you need is a little bit of spit. Get that thing to spit start, and you gonna spark that thing. In most cases. And if certain areas are not where it needs to be, it's not just women. Guys are willing to stay with and work that thing out if she has the mindset. You know, I think that the reason why I spoke about this on another one of my lives, a lot of my quote unquote like best friends or whatever that I had in the past when, you know, I was working, when I, you know, anyway, a lot of those women were so bent on becoming my girlfriend. I was like, yo, bro, chill. It's getting weird. Like, relax. Like, I'm telling you, like, we're made for each other. Like, every time people see us when we're out, they always tell us that, like, it seemed like we have been around each other for, you know, since birth. We have that type of connection. And I had to check a few of them. I'm like that with everybody. Like, I just have that type of energy where I'm going to bond with people on a higher level that they've been able to bond with other people just based on me, how I move, the conversations that I have. And, you know, I'm willing to go there, and people feel a little bit more comfortable around me to share certain stories, talk about certain things or whatever. But I get that with everybody. Like, it's no offense, but it's not just you. And, you know, well, so how can I be that woman? Like, it's your mindset. The reason why, you know, this person may seem like they're closer to me is because of their mindset. The more a person submit, 9 times out of 10, the more I'm going to be willing to be around them. Now, I have made exceptions here and there, which, you know, we'll talk about that at a later date. But it all just goes back to the mindset, the type of people that I want around me, right? Type of people that I keep around me. But yeah, that would be some of the advice that I would give to younger guys, man. Get you a mentor, man. Get you a mentor that's gonna teach you how to be a man, not one of these beta simp yes men that's gonna say yes to every damn thing. You know, that's gonna teach you to bend over backwards and all this other stuff. Nah, get you a masculine male coach.
Brother, I'm gonna say this, and I'm just being honest. Guys, if you think being a good guy or being a nice guy is a terrible thing, it is really not a terrible thing. Being a nice guy will get you a long way. Yes, if you come across women that see you as a nice guy and they think they can run over you, you have to immediately, any woman that you come in contact with or anybody that you associate yourself with, you always have to set a standard and set your boundaries from the get-go, because once you set your boundaries and once you set your standards towards anybody that you come in contact with, they will respect you more. And if anybody try to cross you, or anybody that try to get over on you, you stand on your ground. A woman will respect a man that will stand on his own 2 feet and stand against something that he disagree with, than somebody that just rolling with the punches and just trying to be okay with everything. Because like Carrie said, being a yes man, that is going to trickle into you. Just like, it could possibly end up you being hurt. It could possibly end up you being a person that has no dignity, a person that don't know who they are. And sometimes, in a case, a person that becomes a yes man sometimes loses themselves. You got to remember who you are before you got into that relationship. Stick to your guns. Stay to who you are. Unapologetically be yourself at all times. Because at the end of the day, whether you have that person or not, you're always going to be you at the end of the day.
Let me see. So what didn't you learn and what did you learn? I guess from these experiences would be a question that we can ask the panel. What did you learn and what didn't you learn from the experience of, like, I guess, Nice Guys Finish Last?
Like I said before, I'm a nice guy, but through time, I had to learn to get some edge to me. I had, like, and I'm just being honest, like, through the situations I've been through, I stay true to myself and who I am, but I have some edge to me, and I don't take no BS from nobody.
Okay. Okay.
And I see what Mel said about my comment saying, like, nice guys see weak, in my opinion.
Oh, hold on one second before we get to that. We're gonna Tina, you want to give your spiel real quick, because this was technically hers, but I want to let you go first, Kobe, because you was already speaking. Tina, you wanted to give a quick little spiel on what you learned. Great. Yeah, what did you learn, and what didn't you learn from, I guess, whatever you were talking about earlier?
Um, I low key. So what I feel like what I learned was to always be authentic, always have boundaries, set boundaries, and be firm with your boundaries. Um, and just learn certain things to look for, listen for. Well, yeah, look for, listen for, even though some, people can lie, but I'll put look for over there overall because I feel like actions, gestures, people can't really hide that unless you're dealing with like a sociopath or psychopath or whatever. But anyway,
So just to kind of, because I want to kind of ask some questions, from the things that you saying that you didn't set boundaries, or do you
yeah,
have a habit of setting boundaries?
yeah, and yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like setting boundaries, knowing, um, again, knowing what to look for, doing your due diligence. And I also was just saying that, um, being genuine, uh,
Yeah, what do you mean by being genuine? Like what is it?
just in general. I mean, like on the outside looking in, like seeing other people's, just this, not saying that it's not my experience, but just seeing other people's experiences and seeing that, sometimes trying to play who you are not doesn't always get you what you want.
Hmm.
Not me.
Right. I think, but the question was, what did you learn and what you didn't? This is more of a personal question. That's why I was like, huh?
Person. Oh, okay. I'm kind of
If
a
you don't,
broad person.
if you want to listen, you ain't got to. I was just, I don't know. I was on clouds of it.
Oh, well, yeah. Like, okay. Well, I'll go back to the whole boundaries thing. The boundaries and, um, how do I say it? Like paying attention to. Well, no, that's somebody else. Yeah, but setting boundaries.
You said so. You saying you didn't recognize things early on, because that was one of the things that you were talking
Well,
about.
that's what I was about to say. Like, just I was, like acknowledging certain things, being able to acknowledge it, and I guess you can put that in boundaries. Like, if you don't want to tolerate those types of things, then like actually take it for what you see. Like, um,
So just well, we
like
can speak in
like
general. We can speak in general. Uh, when when it comes to things like that, say for instance, a woman said that, right? Do you think that most women are willing to like really die on their heel? Like there are certain things that I wouldn't I tolerated back then that I wouldn't tolerate now. Do you think that most women are really willing to die on their heel? Like really?
well, that's why I was putting in the boundaries, but probably not. Because you go through things, and I don't know what we're referring to with back then, but like you kind of go through things, and as you get older, life changes. I'll say life looks Yeah, I'll say life changes. Life looks a little bit different, and it brings me up a story that someone told me. It was a long story. It's a bunch of stories, but it was just like I'm not gonna say it, but it's just like certain things, times, people is for you at a certain age, and it may be a negative to your future, but it's a green flag for you now to learn.
I guess what Tina's trying to say is that anything that you have learned by your interactions with people may be a negative in your future, but it's also showing you what you are willing to tolerate and what you're not willing to tolerate, in a sense, as um how, like, when if you and a person dated and y'all broke up and y'all been together for so long, you know how everybody's saying is, hey, they were just there for that season.
Yeah, but I feel like that's one of them Tyler Perry things, which I don't believe and I can't subscribe to, because I see it too often where people will say, you know, I done got out of my relationship, I done got out of the things that I tolerated then I would never tolerate now. And they get right back into another situation where they're tolerating the exact same thing, if not from a lesser person than what they were actually dealing with in the beginning with. Like,
My
oh, go ahead.
my growth, I'll say my growth or my view on it is not really well. So that don't work. But I was gonna say what my view is from myself, not necessarily the other party.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, so that's why I was asking about, when you start speaking about yourself, that's why I was asking, again, I took it back to being, speaking in general or whatever when I'm asking my questions, but are most people, even though, they may have went through some, let's just talk about it. Most of the time when a woman separates from a guy, it's either most of the time something to do with financial or something to do with the guy sleeping with multiple women.
Fidelity, infidelity.
And so I'm saying, if we keep it at a band, right? Most people get out of those situations and they feel like, I'm not talking about you, but I'm speaking in general. They feel like they have like new meaning, new purpose, or whatever, and I don't know, maybe more value now.
Explain that, because
I,
that really hit me. I'm trying to understand that part.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to her?
I'm talking to you when you said like they feel like they have value. In what way?
New value. Like, say for instance, when I went into this first relationship, I was willing to deal with somebody that was cheating. I was willing to deal with somebody that was being, verbally abusive or whatever. And then they get out of that relationship, let's just say 10 years down the line or 5 years or whatever down the line. And they're older, they got a little bit more mileage on them, and they get out of those situations or whatever. And they feel like, I come back to the dating market and I have more value than what I had 10 years ago when I was maybe a little bit more attractive, maybe when things set up a little bit better, I had less mileage on me. I'm just trying to figure out how in the world, again, just speaking in general, I'm not, talking about Tina, but I'm just, asking a question to get a better understanding. I'm not trying to, but yeah, how does that really work? And does it really work? Does it really apply for most people?
well, no, I don't know, because most people don't. That's the that's the catch. Is that it's
That was a little bit to Kobe. Like, we gonna. I want you to answer, but I just wanted to give some clarity to him real quick. Is that good or?
It makes perfect sense. I was just wondering um because I would assume in my mind I'm thinking like if somebody that recently got out of like let's say they got out of a 5-year relationship and then like maybe a year or two later they want to get back into the dating realm. I'm trying to understand I'm trying to figure out how does that add value when you're dealing with somebody that's dealt with cheating or possibly abuse or domestically and stuff like that. Like I'm thinking about how is that adding value when there's some type of they can be hurt traumatized by it or they can be so hurt from it where they feel like every single man they come across is a bad man. They're not gonna respect me. They're not gonna love me. They're gonna cheat on me. Like those are things I was wondering.
All right, my bad, Tina. I hear what you're saying. I'm wanting her to chime in real quick before. Go ahead, Tina. My bad.
Well, dang, to be honest with you, as I lost what I was gonna say as you continue to explain. Wait, no, here it is. Here it is. Well, so we keeping it a band. That sounds so weird coming from me. I don't think people take that time to process what happened. I don't think people take that time to reflect on both parties, the other person and themselves. And it leaves a lot of unresolved, I think Kobe said, trauma. So even though you come to the concept that you won't deal with this type of person, you still haven't figured out why I wouldn't say why you're still attracted because you try not to be, but why there's still attraction to a type of person that's just like your previous. And so people don't take that time to reflect. So they have that misconception that just because I won't deal with the other party, that I'm more valuable now than what I was before.
Okay. But I got another question, right?
Go ahead.
Even if those people do take the time, I'm still trying to figure out how do they have this newfound like more value or whatever. Now,
Well, maybe they're misusing the term. I'm thinking they probably just because if you like you was saying though, you know, these persons now 5-10 years later may have a little bit more mileage. Did you say anything about children too?
I mean, that could play a factor, definitely. Yeah, that could definitely play a factor. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean they may have a little bit more mileage. They this could also be one of those things where it's a self-esteem versus the market.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you wouldn't want any like an individual wouldn't want to walk around beating themselves up about, okay, yeah, this is 5-10 years later. I have gone through, you know, different more relationships, but you still have to put yourself in a realistic ideal and a realistic mindset that, okay, yeah, these things have happened, but there's still potential, I would say, is what they're going for. Now, the market may say, yeah, you're not valuable, but a self-esteem thing would just be one of those things that they are putting into themselves so that they hopefully are realistic about the future. But most people aren't. They're kind of, I want to use the word delusional about it. So I think that's where it's probably misdefined versus they're using value where they should be using an improvement of my self esteem or of myself. If you're speaking, you're muted. Muted still.
Is he trying to speak?
I don't know. I just said if he was speaking, he's muted.
Yeah, he probably stepped away, but I do understand where you're coming from. I just kind of think that um I think self-reflection is most definitely key, but I most definitely think that how does a person really know when they're actually, healed? If
That is a good question.
you,
Go ahead. You were saying something else?
yeah, a question I wanted to ask is like, how do you know when you actually heal from something and when you actually can move forward? Because you can be you can be 6 months, a year, 2, 3, don't matter, and you can hop in another relationship, and whatever that person did triggered you. And a person that you in a new relationship could have triggered something that old person did, and then you like, oh, I'm out. I can't do this no more. I'm out. I'm done. Like I'm completely done.
Well, would that mean that they haven't healed
Yeah,
if
that's what
it
that.
still
Yeah,
triggers?
yeah. That means they haven't healed. But that's why I was asking, like, when does a person know they're fully healed and they can move on? Like, like physically, you can move on because that person's not there no more. But how do you know you moved on emotionally, mentally?
Well, I would say, as you use the example that you just used, if it doesn't, if it, well, I'm gonna say it as I was saying it. If it doesn't trigger you, or you know how, okay, if you know that it does trigger you, and you can relate that to your partner without feeling some type of way, then I would say then is where you know that you've healed. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like if,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I don't know where he is, but
There we
there
go.
you go.
Yo, we back.
Welcome back. And it's muted again.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna hop out for a second. Have him text me, okay, or call me.
All right.
All right, I'll be right back. All right.
Okay. Well, y'all just holding on in. Thank y'all for sticking out. Please excuse me. Hanging with us through these technical difficult times right about now. I think we was about to conclude the podcast, but something is going on. And if anybody got any last words or last questions, feel free to ask. One second, y'all. Um, so we did have a question about what did I learn. That's one we asked that one, answered that one. But is another question here. Really? The really question? To be honest with you, I'm not sure what that's referring to. Can y'all help me out?
That's all good. It was a comment.
Nice guys seem. Oh, that's not a question. It was a comment. That's why I was lost. Nice guys seem weak in my opinion.
Kobe already did.
Oh, he said text him. I thought he was gonna jump back in here, so yeah. I think I see what Melanie is saying, like with the nice guys seeming weak because they not really showing that aggression, that prominence, that sense of protection. And yeah, like they don't give off that type of energy, like they're strong, I guess you could say, if I'm looking at it and looking at it lightly. They just kind of give off that type of vibe, give off that type of energy, that type of auras that they, they may be one of those guys that are pushed over, but I think there's nothing wrong with your opinion, but I just feel like yeah, I don't think anything's wrong with the opinion, but I see why she says that.
I'm gonna go. I don't know. Is he all right? He good?
Yeah, he just said that he's gonna step out for a minute.
Okay, long be straight. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end the podcast right here. Appreciate you guys so much for coming through. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Y'all be blessed, be beautiful. Peace.
Peace.
A huge shout out to Magic Mind for sponsoring today's podcast. All right, guys. So y'all know that I am extremely busy, always on the go. And Magic Mind is actually a company that has been getting a lot of buzz. I believe even Joe Rogan said something about it on his podcast.
A new one they sent me called Magic Mind, and it's nootropics along with lion's mane and a bunch of functional mushrooms, and I like that one too.
So the company Magic Mind actually reached out to me, and I was like, you know what? Let's check them out. So I looked at a few of the reviews and everything online.
My first day on Magic Mind, I definitely noticed a big difference right off the bat. I noticed all the way throughout the day feeling much sharper, clear in the head, and ready to rock.
That's probably the most valuable thing. As a knowledge worker, as someone who's working in front of the computer all day, you need that time where you're focused. And Magic Mind is a thing that really seemed to work for me.
So between some of the reviews that I've seen online, which was actually all positive, a lot of positive reviews online from their website, and also seen a few different reviews on YouTube. And the story was actually pretty interesting. So about a decade ago, James James was on a stretcher because James was running a company. So, you know, with that, a lot of stress. He was drinking a lot of caffeine. And turns out his heart had been beating at 175 beats for the last 3 weeks. Didn't even know it. So he was basically diagnosed with a heart condition because of all of that stress and that caffeine. At the time, he didn't have any other solutions, so he actually came up with one. So a few years ago, James actually came up with Magic Mind. This is supposed to be a natural way to help you out with a lot of those things that we struggle with throughout the day. So when it comes to Magic Mind, it's supposed to have a lot of those natural ingredients. So it has a lot of things that's going to help with focus, things that's going to help with energy. And a lot of us honestly need that throughout the day. And you also use Magic Mind for less stress throughout the day. So after reading those reviews and hearing and listening to his story, I messaged Magic Mind back and I was like, you know what? Send me some over. I'm curious. They end up sending some stuff over and I tried it out for the first day. And this is how that went. All right, guys, the time now is about 5:53 p.m. I get up early in the morning, man, so I'm a little bit on the drain side. And I have a podcast that I'm going to be doing at 11 tonight. Now, I don't want to take any naps because I still have a lot of work that I need to get done. So what we're going to do is we are going to try Magic Mind for the first time, all right? So I don't know if you're supposed to shake these things, but I'm going to shake it up, and then we're gonna try it. First time trying Magic Mind, all right? I'm gonna give a little bit of time for it to kick in before 11, so we'll see. Whew. Whew. Man, that's a strong taste. Good grief. Whoa. Okay. All right. To be honest with you, it was strong like while I was tasting, but I believe that's something that I can probably get used to. I believe that's something I can actually get used to. Man, I don't know if, you know, it was the taste or what, but I do feel a lot more alert. And I'm telling you, that thing will wake you up. The taste, it will wake you up. So for you to see all of the real benefits and stuff from Magic Mind, they recommend that you use it at least for 5 days before you really get a feel for how well that thing works. I haven't made it to that point just yet. I'm only a day in, but I will give you guys an update a little bit later on to let you know how this journey has been for me. But there will be a link down in the description below for you guys to go and check out Magic Mind. Once you guys do order, y'all please tap in, comment down, and let us know how Magic Mind worked for you. All right? Until the next time, man, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, button-up. Tan skin, mixed race, buttercup. Canada weather, got a bundle up. I'm trying to work, she hit my phone, she wanna. Whoa.